Hey everyone, John here with The Witcher 3 version 3.6 tour. Now this firmware update added quite a few things to the Switch version of The Witcher 3, including graphics settings, and also the ability to import your save file from the GOG and Steam versions of the game. Now, I've actually not played the Switch version of The Witcher 3 yet, at least not on my Switch, and I don't have a save file because of that. So what I'm going to do is steal Steve's Steam save. So let's go on the main menu and try and import his primary save and just continue from his save file, which I believe is quite deep into the game. So we'll see just how this process works. Now I believe this is in a few other Switch games, just not very many, but it's a great precedent to set to be able to play on PC and just migrate to the handheld when you want to and sort of like use that as an extension of the Switch's hybrid nature. So let's just set up for the first time, get rid of all these bits. Sweet, alright, so there's an option here called Cloud Saves, and we're then given the option of Steam or GOG. Now I believe Steve's is from GOG, so let's try this. And I'm not entirely sure which one this is. Let's try the standard edition. And we're gonna have to like sign into Steve's account now, so I might have to very quickly just hide a few details. Bear with me. Alright, so I logged in as Steve, and the moment I put the password in, it took me back to the title screen, only now with a load game button. Also did the wrong one, it was not the standard edition, it was the Game of the Year edition. So when you press load, there are now a buttload of save files here, all of which are Steve's from the PC version. So let's quickly just boot up the most recent one, being, let's do this one over here. We'll do it from, this is 2020 in January. So let's see exactly what this is going to be like on the Switch. Alright, so I skipped past the loading screen because it is a bit beefy, and let's just find our way outside, wherever the door is. But yeah, we are literally on a PC save right now on the Switch version, which is just so cool. It's amazing that Nintendo allowed this, to be honest, but we're living in a good timeline. However, this was not the only part of this update. They also put in graphical options. So let's just get into a nice area to show off these options, a nice open area. This seems good. So let's just get into the lighter moment. Cool. So, memorize all this. Remember what this looks like. So I'm going to pause the game. Alright, yeah, you press minus, not plus. And let's go down to options and display. And then post-processing. So there's a bunch of different options here. And depending what we choose, it's going to affect either the game's performance or the game's visual clarity. So let's turn off a few things. We can turn off blur and motion blur entirely if we want to. I do quite like motion blur, but we'll turn it off for the sake of performance. But we'll turn on a few other features. Let's put sharpening to high. Depth of field, we'll keep that off. Cutscene depth of field is fine. Light shafts, yep. We want foliage visibility, yep, they want on the high. Anti-aliasing. So if we wanted to have better performance, we can turn off anti-aliasing entirely. But let's just see how this looks right now. So here it is like this, and let's see how it looks without anti-aliasing at all. So here it is with no aliasing, and you might not notice anything on the YouTube video, but I can see right now, it is absolutely a much jaggier game like this, but this is probably what's going to help you keep a more consistent frame rate overall. And honestly, the game still looks really sharp. This is still one of the most impressive Switch ports, by far. They've squeezed down this proper next-gen open-world RPG, and just panning the camera around, it looks stunning. And not having any motion blur on, you can really take in everything without the image being distorted by any blur. So yeah, this is just a really cool update, and it's great to see that both CD Projekt Red and Saber Interactive are treating this port with a lot of respect, even updating it months after it's come out. So if you've got a PC save that you want to experience from GOG or Steve, you can import them into the Switch version, and we can also experience this with different visual settings. So just for curiosity, I'm going to disable everything and see how it all looks. So let's disable bloom, put sharpening on off, disable that, disable light shafts, underwater effects, you're going off. Foliage on low. Yeah, everything's off, okay. And, you know, just going in and out, I don't notice much of a difference. But I'm sure if you were to play the game for hours and hours and then shift that over, you'll probably notice quite a drastic change. But yeah, honestly, like, this just feels really smooth, so if you wanted the smoothest experience possible, well, here it is. So if you like this, then be sure to give us a like down below, and of course be sure to subscribe to Gaming Explained for a lot more on The Witcher 3 and other things gaming too. Until next time, bye.